Our speaker this afternoon is Father Armand Roblesa, SDB. Father A, as he is fondly known, is a Salesian priest, celebrated for his wit, wisdom, and down-to-earth way of making faith practical and inspiring. A sought-after speaker, has designed popular seminars such as Healing an Inner Child, Choices of the Heart, Servant Leadership, and a well-loved Code of Champions, now used as by many organizations to shape values and character.
Beyond speaking, Father A is also a prolific writer. He founded Code Red magazine, author Code of Champions, and his award-winning children's Christmas stories earned him a Hall of Fame award from the Catholic Mass Media Awards. Through his talks, books, and ministry, Father A continues to guide people in finding God in the real and everyday moments of life. Brothers and sisters, please welcome Father Armand Roblesa, SDB.
Ah, ano po, magse-set up lang po daw sandali si Father. Is making sure po na all is okay pagdating po ng presentation niya sa inyo. So, so sandali lang po. Mukhang nauna yung ng konti yung ano namin introduction. Sige po. So anyway, so how's your sharing po kaninang umaga? Very good. Yeah. So marami po ba kayong natutunan with the other districts na kasama yung circle? Yes. Okay. So, Tito Eric, why is it? Ha? Pinabababa na po ako sandali lang.
Good afternoon, everyone. Kung gusto niyo matulog, tuloy niyo lang. Pagka lahat kayo tulog na, uuwi na ako. I think that's fair enough, isn't it? You get what you want, I get what I want, and okay. Yan ganyan, okay. Hindi naman ako mahirap kausap eh. Yan ganyan, okay. Mahirap lang akong bayaran. Okay. Hi, Father, kumusta po? Okay. Anyway. So, I was asked to give a talk. Actually, I don't know what talk it is going to be, but it was supposed to be on the umbrella of servant leadership. And then, yung binigay sa aking brief, 3 pages. Sabi ko, ba't hindi na lang to sila magsalita? Kailangan, okay. Anyway, so I presented it to the, I don't know, committee or organizers or what, and they agreed that I could give this topic to you, okay? And I would like to come from the Bible itself, okay? Para hindi tayo nang bobola dito, di ba? Yun ang akala nyo. Okay. So, let me bring you right away. Since I was told that I'll be talking to leaders. Am I right? Hello? So, I'm talking to leaders. Okay. So, I took the image of the leader par excellence when it comes to faith. And that is Moses, isn't it? One of the greatest leader ever that lived. He founded a religion. He founded a nation. And the nation and the religion that he founded are still alive until now. Imagine that. Okay? That's 4,000 years ago. No, 2,000 plus 5,000 years ago. Okay po? So let me bring you closer to the image of Moses. Kilala niyo ba si Moses? Abay, buti pa kayo, no? Ako hindi ko, never met the guy, you know. Just read a lot about him. Wow, galing. Ganyan talaga pag senior citizen na, okay? Madali na magsinungaling. Okay. Let's go. Moses. The name Moses or Moshe means taken out of the water. Fished out of the water. Okay? Moshe. Okay, yung ganyan. Mo means, take out. She means the water. So Moshe. Moses pulled out of the water. And there are certain little things that are worth mentioning about this guy, okay? You know, when you look for the origins of a person, you always look for the place where he came from, di ba? Taga Dumaguete, taga Ilocos, taga Hong Kong. You're talking of land. You're talking of soil, di ba? Ganyan? Territory. This guy came from the waters. Okay? Where is he from? Nobody said so. But what we know is he was fished from the waters. So that's something unique about this guy. Okay? Then, when you identify a person, you identify him by the tribe, the people to which he belongs. I'm a Filipino, di ba? Chinese, or whatever it is. I'm Ilocano. I belong to this tribe of people. Moses, his story started by being disengaged from his people. Remember the story? He was floating in a basket on the river, isn't it? So, disengaged from the people. Actually, he was let go to float on his own, isn't it? So, that's another, something unique about this guy. And then, when you talk about the personhood of a guy, you know, his character, his personality, you know, it's so confusing about this guy. Is he an Israelite or is he an Egyptian? Both and neither, isn't it? Yang ganyan. So, in other words, when you look at the person of Moses, what you have is an enigmatic person. Mahirap unawain. Di ba yung ganyan? Or maybe the enigma behind that is because there is something more to Moses than what you read, than what you see, than what you want to grasp. There is something more. The life of Moses is theophanos, meaning theos means God. Phanos means revelation. So in other words, the story of Moses is the revelation of God, what God did with his chosen, with the people, with the Israelites, okay? To understand the story of Moses, you have to take Moses from that perspective. A man from God. Without that, he's an aberration. You know, he's such a great founder or whatever that is. In fact, he had a lot of shortcomings. In fact, Moses could not talk straight. He was stammering and stuttering. ganun siya magsalita. Okay? Yang ganyan. That's why he needed his brother Aaron to be his spokesperson. Precisely because people could not understand what he's talking about. So this is Moses. Okay? Yang ganyan. Moses is that guy who was commissioned by God. Commissioned for a mission. If you want to understand Moses and with God, God commissioned Moses for a mission. And that gave meaning to his life and to his story. We read in the book of Exodus chapter 3, when the Lord appeared to Moses in the burning bush, right? Ano sinabi niya? Now indeed, Yahweh speaking, the outcry of the Israelites has reached me, and I have seen how the Egyptians are oppressing them. Now go. I am sending you. Very clear. Now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. Maybe a little thought here. The leader is not identified by his qualifications. The leader is not identified by his networks. The leader is not identified by his achievements. A leader is a leader because of the mission that is attached to him. It is the leader, it is the mission that identifies the leader. You are a priest because you are sent to take care of the community. You are a priest for the community, not for yourself. You are a husband for the wife, for the children, not for yourself. You are a leader because God wants to do something with the community, and He has sent you for that purpose. Therefore, the mission of Moses is not simply a task that he has to fulfill. Leadership is not something I do. Leadership is something beyond me. The mission. Leadership, I as the leader, exist within a context. God saving His people. And that's the important thing. Now, somebody has to do it. That's where I come in. Okay? Then maybe here we realize that Moses was commissioned by God. And maybe something to realize too when it comes to leadership. The authority of leadership comes from God. Any kind of authority comes from the divine. Hello? Why should I respect you? You are just a human being, just like me. At the end of the day, we are equal. You are not above me. I will respect you because your authority is something that comes from the gods. Isn't it? And this is good for anything, even in politics, even at home. Kaya, ang nagbibigay ng blessings, yung matatanda. Nagmamano ka ba sa mas bata sa'yo? Nagmamano ka sa mas matanda. Doon sa lolo mo, doon sa tatay mo. Di ba? Bakit? Kasi traditionally, in the Bible, that the authority comes from yung panganay. Tuloy-tuloy yan. Until it reaches God, isn't it? So in other words, when I respect a person, I recognize that the authority this person has over me is something coming from God. But again, that authority is a gift to the person for the sake of the community. In this sense, Moses is the great leader, commissioned by God, given authority by the Lord. And then when he was starting to do it, even his brother and sister went against him. There was a time, Aaron and Miriam were bad-mouthing Moses. Nainis din sila kay Moses, di ba? And nagalit si God doon sa magkapatid. In fact, after that, he turned Miriam, the sister, into as white as snow, the Bible says. Okay? Parang uminom ng sangkatutak na metatayon. Okay? And the Lord was defending Moses in the book of Numbers. If there are prophets among you, in vision I reveal myself to them. In dreams I speak to them. Not so with my servant Moses. Throughout my house, he is worthy of trust. Face to face I speak to him. The only human being that saw the face of God in the Bible is Moses. Di ba? Kaya yung kanyang mukha nagsashine eh. Kaya makikita nyo sa mga ibang pictures para merong light na nakaganon sa ulo niya palagi pag drawing because his face was shining because he saw God face to face. Okay? Not so with my servant Moses. Throughout my house, he is worthy of trust. Face to face, I spoke to him plainly and not in riddles. The likeness of the Lord he beholds. Why then do you not fear to speak against my servant Moses? Authority comes from God. And so authority is accountability to God. For that sense, a leader is a servant of the gods. And Yahweh God was talking about that. My servant Moses. Here we see the personality, the character of this person, of Moses. He is the great leader. And as a leader with a mission, he is the servant of Yahweh God. Or because he is the servant of Yahweh God, that he becomes a leader. Magkasama yun. And so we have in Moses the biblical model of a servant leader by excellence, by design, by the will of God, not by accident. Okay pa po ba kayo? Okay. Brian Hall was saying that servant leadership is actually not the highest form of leadership. It's second to the highest. The highest form of leadership is transformational leadership. Okay? Yung ganyan. Anyway, the servant leader. When we talk of the servant leader, kung minsan po umaattend ako ng mga seminars about servant leadership, napapailing lang ako. How do you put it? Bubot, Father. Malabnaw. Parang pilit yung idea na servant. A servant leader is the person who serves, right? Tama? Tumango naman sila, Lord. Wrong. You don't need to be a leader to serve. Okay? Pag sinabi mong he is a servant leader because he serves, leadership is only something I do, not my identity. It's just an action. When we talk of leaders, we look at them as the people who are entitled to serve. Bakit? Entitled to lead. Bakit? Siya may-ari ng kumpanya eh. Ano magagawa ko doon, di ba? Siya yung anak na may-ari eh. Ano magagawa ko doon? Entitled to serve. Siya yung pinakamatanda sa grupo eh. O di ba no? O kaya, Diyos ko naman, 70 years na siya sa BLD. Nauna pa siya. Yan ganyan, di ba? Okay. I don't suggest people to join BLD. My brother joined BLD, he died. Okay. Yung mga ganyan, by position, by age, by whatever, by ordination, you are entitled to serve. Tama? Sige, bahala kayo. Or sometimes when we talk of leaders, the leader is someone who is qualified to serve. Di ba? Abay, taga-Ateneo yan eh. Ay nag-aral ng AIM kaya. Galing ng Harvard, pare. Qualified yan. Naglingkod niya sa gobyerno ng 25 taon. Kita mo, ang dami niya ng bahay sa Forbes. Qualified yan mag-serve. Qualified yan. Ang galing kaya niyan. Tignan mo lang experience niyan. 3 na asawa eh. Qualified yan. Pag pinipili nyo kung sino yung mga leaders nyo, yan ang tinitignan nyo. Di ba no? He must be qualified to serve. Kung pinili ni Lord yung mga qualified para magpare, walang pare. Walang qualified eh. Let's put it down to lowest terms. Are you qualified to be the husband to her? Madali ang sagot, she's not my wife. The other lady. When you talk of qualification, leadership falls. Or sometimes simple lang. Siya yung nag-volunteer eh. Siya yung mabait, yung lang ganyan, di ba no? Yung sabi ko, walang maboto, walang mapili. Ako na lang, sige. Yung gano'n, yung very sacrificing. Yung, di ba yung gano'n? Yung talaga nililibre niya kayong lahat, you know? Bayad lahat itong inyong convention. He volunteered to serve, right? Ba't di kayo sumasagot? Okay, this is the leader who serves. He's qualified. He volunteered. He's entitled to it. Diyos ko, vice president siya for 10 years. Time to become the president. Entitled na ba? Huh? He is the leader. For all intents and purposes, magaling talaga. Mabait. Banal nga eh. But he's the leader who serves. That is not the servant leader. Now go. I am sending you. You don't send yourself. I send you. I don't care if you're qualified or not. I'm sending you. Ito maganda. I don't care if you volunteered or not. I'm sending you. Di ba? Tanungin mo yung mga obispo. Nag-volunteer kayo, Bishop? Siraulo lang talaga yung nagbo-volunteer mag-bishop. Kung alam mo lang ang mga problema niya. You didn't volunteer. Tapos you still have to wear the red and the violet, what, as a symbol that you are to die for the people. Isn't that crazy? I have a classmate. They called him to be a bishop. He said no. He declined. After some time, here comes a someone again. You become a bishop. No. Ang bait niya eh. Very prayerful man. In fact, he's one of our superiors in Rome. No. Nung nadinig ni sino to? Yung dating cardinal ng Maynila. Hindi, yung patay na. I forgot the name. Hindi, yung retired na. Rosales. Sabi niya, Father, isang tanggi mo pa. Tinatanggihan mo na ang Diyos. Take it. The church become wiser. They did not offer it again. Eh di tumakas yung kaklase ko. Ngayon, missionary siya sa Pakistan. Guy, you don't volunteer to be the leader. He is chosen by the gracious will of Yahweh God. Moses, and he answered, "Here am I." And then God told him what he wanted. And God signed the message. "I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob." Pumirma si God. In other words, this is I choosing you. And that was the time when Moses was not the prince of Egypt anymore. He was just a shepherd in the desert of Midian, lost, a nobody, broken man. I have chosen you. Sigurado nung kayo na-elect na leaders, the first question that came out from your lips is, bakit ako? Di ba no? Ikaw yung mayaman eh. You cannot understand, bakit ako? Siya na lang, mas mabait siya, yung mas gwapo, yung mas matagal na sa community. Siya na lang, bakit ako? Kung hindi mo tinanong yun, nung sinabi nilang, ikaw na ang head servant, dati ko nanihintay yan eh. Wow! Oh. Okay, don't you think you made the right choice? Huh? No, you don't choose yourself. You know, if you're a genuine leader, the moment you told your wife, ginawa nila akong servant head, umangal na kagad, inaway ka kagad ng asawa mo. Yun. That is a clear sign, okay? It comes from God, okay? Tanungin mo si Bishop. When the wife does not understand, it is the word of God. Security. And then, you are called. The call comes like this. The mission becomes clear. Ano ang gagawin? Para saan yan? And Yahweh has a way of preparing you for that. In ways you don't understand. We will see this earlier, afterwards. After being chosen by the Lord, I don't know why He had made me a priest. Pag sinasabi ng mga tao, siguro ikaw pinakamabait sa inyong mga kapatid. Yuck! May mas mabait pa kayo. Siguro ikaw makatalino sa inyong mga kapatid. Well, mas matalino yung isa. Whatever that is. Ako tinawag eh. Why me? Ask the wife. And then, eto na. The Lord will give the mission. He will clarify the mission. Not you, if you're qualified or not. And when things are getting clearer, He says, go. Now go. I am sending you. Do it. Take it. Now go to, I'm sending you to Pharaoh, to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. The servant is someone who is called, chosen, and commissioned. In simple terms, the identifying mark of a servant leader is that he is accountable. The buck does not stop with him. He is accountable to somebody higher. He is accountable to God, and he is accountable to the community. It was Confucius who said, "It is not the leader who builds the community. It is the community who creates the leader." When you look at it as a servanthood, as accountability, tama siya. Tama siya. Kung ikaw nga yung leader, di ka naman sinusunod. So it is the community in the end who will make you as the leader. Accountable to them. Accountable to God. So, when I'm a leader, there is that feeling that I did not volunteer. I was chosen. And usually this happens by a prayerful discernment on whoever is deciding. Is it a council? It is the whole community or whatever that is. By the prayerful discernment. If the leadership comes from the Lord, the only way to clarify it is in prayer. Because prayer is the language of God. And then very clear, Jesus would tell his Peter and company, "You did not choose me, I chose you." In fact, for the Jews, I want to be a rabbi, I will look for a master. I will choose my master. And then I will study under that master. But it is I who choose my master. With Jesus, baliktad. They did not choose Jesus. It was Jesus who called them. It was Jesus who chose them. The gospel for today, the call of Levi, Matthew, di ba? Ewan ko lang. Alam mo, kung ikaw yung magtatayo ng grupo, naghahanap kayo ng head servant sa community nyo, kukuha ka ba ng corrupt na tao? Hindi, si Matthew corrupt yun eh. Taga BIR yun eh. Region 6. Tapos ganito, kukuha ka ba ng tao na ang loyalty niya nasa kalaban? Nasa Romans? He was collecting taxes for the Romans. So he was a traitor. And that is outside of the law. And so he's a sinner. And yet Jesus chose him. Corrupt, sinner, traitor, I see them all here in front of me. Alam mo, natutuwa ako siya. Palakpak kayo, tapos tumatawa kayo, pero may hinahanap kayong iba. Grabe talaga, Lord. And then through prayerful discernment, kaya tawag dyan in the rules of discernment, you are looking for that moment of consolation. When things become clearer. Ito maganda dyan. Pag lumilinaw yung mission, lumilinaw din yung cruise ng mission. Pagka yung, they are appointing you as the leader, and then they tell you all the beautiful things about being a leader, that is a moment of desolation. Don't listen to them. They're all drunk. Okay. Pero pag sinabi nila, pare, ganito yan . May mga lalaban sa'yo, may mga hindi susunod sa'yo. Kumisan binabaliwala ka. Alam mo, kumisan maiiyak ka na lang in front of the Blessed Sacrament. If the message is clear, the cross is clear. Come, follow me, your crucified, rejected Lord, and I will make you fishers of men. And then comes the commissioning. Go. Malinaw that it is you. With all the confusion and the frightening things that go with it, you know it is you. You know you got to do it. He sent them to preach and heal the sick. The servant who leads, he is chosen, called, and commissioned. This is Moses. Moses, Moses. I have heard the cry of my people and how they suffer. Now I'm sending you. You go. Actually, Moses complained. Alam mo, kung ko talaga pipili, hindi ko pipiliin si Moses. Maangal eh. You know, yung ganyan. So let us get through the story. Okay pa ba kayo? That is the great introduction. Okay. Kaya nga sabi ko, gusto nyo matulog, matulog kayo. Wala akong problema. Let me talk now about the Moses Manifesto. How the servant leader unraveled. And how he became fruitful in the mission. And how in the midst of everything, he ended up in the blank. He started zero, ended up zero. Moses did not enter the promised land. Until now, we don't know his burial place. It's in the Bible. We don't know where he was buried. He appeared, followed Yahweh, and when it's time to disappear, Moses is gone. The servant leader. No, he did not get a palace. No, he did not get a battalion of security guards. No, he did not have 125 million to spend in 11 days. No. He didn't even have a beautiful burial service. No eulogies, no nothing. He just faded away. He started as the loser. He committed a crime, isn't it? He murdered an Egyptian captain, so he ended up thrown out. He escaped. So he was not anymore the prince of Egypt. All the power and the prestige is gone. And he finds himself a poor shepherd in Midian. Shepherd. A shepherd is a little bit higher than a prostitute. In the Bible, shepherds are looked down. Kasi a shepherd smells like sheep. Kamabaho siya eh. So the people don't like them. That's why they stay out of the city. And that night, there were shepherds in the fields watching over their flock. And the angel of the Lord appeared to them and said, "Today, in the city of David, a child was born." Out there. This is Moses. Let's hear him talking to us. Moses speaking. I was a total loser. But God knew what he was doing. Surely, when you are not in control, God is in full throttle. When you have no credits to claim, then everything is God's choice. That is mystery. Bakit ako? And it is always frightening to be chosen by God. But it opens the doors to limitless possibilities. Rule number 1. Pakibasa po. No, you say it to your neighbor. Sabi ni husband kay wife, trust the mystery. And the wife said, looking at the husband, I do. It always starts as something mysterious. And it will end in mystery. If it starts with something mysterious, ends with mysterious, in a mysterious way, the whole thing is a mystery. You just have to obey. Trust the mystery. Okay lang kayo? Kaya yan ang hindi tinanggal sa priesthood, sa leadership. Obedience. Kami mga religious, meron kaming vow of obedience. Yung secular priest, the promise of obedience. The secular priests don't have the vow of poverty, but they have to obey. If you are a leader, you must obey. And that is part of the mystery. Ako leader, ako susunod. Ano yun? But that's how it works, darling. Trust the mystery. Okay lang kayo? Kaya nga ikaw binoto nila para ikaw sumunod sa kanila Then, God was asking me, Moses, to be totally at His disposal. Nothing else matters. He was asking for my entire life, not just my service. God could do it even if we are not around. God could choose somebody else even if you are not around. But He has chosen you. And He has chosen you, everything of you. Not only something that you can do, hindi lang yung action, yung capability, marami mas magaling sa'yo So hindi yun ang basihan ni God. Ano yun? Abay, tanungin mo. Siya si God, hindi naman ako Okay. In other words, He was just asking me to be His servant. And as His servant, I must pursue His plans, not mine. I have to rely on His strength, not mine. Pag ito hindi naunawaan, simula ang mga intriga. Pag ito hindi naunawaan, pati mga pare mag-aaway para dyan. Kung saan itatayo yung rebulto ng Sacred Heart, kung sa bubong, kung sa garahe. Rule number 2. Pakibasa po. Now, don't say that to somebody. Say that to yourself. Again, stay humble. Are you still with me? So, rule number 1, trust them. Rule number 2, thank you because 100 to Okay. Moses continues. Not that I understood everything though. Now that I am in the business of the divine master, now that I engage myself into the mission, I must conduct myself as a true man of God. I knew what bogus living is about. Being an Egyptian and I am not. Being a prince and I am not. showing my power, etc., and I am not. I know what it means to be fake. That was my past. Now I will live genuine. And who is the genuine Moses? The one chosen by God. And so therefore the genuine Moses is the one who fully trusts his God. Only then will the people find a reason to trust him. He is coming from God. He trusts God. Rule number 3, cultivate integrity. Okay? Be true to yourself. Be true to your calling. Be true to your place in the community. If you are in finance, you are in finance. You are not in operations. If you are the servant head, you are the servant head. With all humility, you stand up for it. Nako, malabo yan sa ating mga Pilipino. Kasi tayo mga Pilipino, style natin, yung pakiusapan, yung pagkilala, yung gano'n. You know? Minsan, it's not black or white, it's not yes or no. It is decision by convenience, by yung napag-usapan. Then, after this initial loser being chosen by the Lord and being sent, he goes to fulfill the mission. There he will show himself as the servant of Yahweh. And when the people realized that Moses is coming from Yahweh, they took him as their leader. But it wasn't easy, guys. My own people did not trust me initially. When Moses went to the people of Israel, what did they say? But you are a murderer, aren't you? You killed that guy. And you want us to follow you? Well, come on, the hell you're coming from the Yahweh telling you that? How can we believe you? They rejected him. And he went to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh was telling him, Moses, stop this nonsense. An ungrateful criminal. You're a criminal, and we took care of you, gave you everything, and here you are, a traitor to the throne. I was scorned. Loneliness hit me hard. Ayun yun eh. Kung minsan malungkot maging leader. Di ba? Yung ina-expect mong susuportahan ka, sila yung walang kibo, sila yung nakatingin lang sa'yo. It can be lonely sometimes. I'm talking to leaders. Have you ever been rejected by your very community? You better do it. If not yet, ask them to reject you. You deserve it. And so in the midst of that loneliness, being rejected right and left, what is left for me? A mission that is given by God. I focused on my mission from God. So I decided on one thing. I will simply do whatever He had asked me to do. Rule number 4. Focus on the mission. Ay, magbayad kayo lahat ha. May copyright yan. Focus on the mission. Take the pictures as much as you want, but don't share. Ha? Kasi wala rin akong biniyarang copyright. Downloaded lot of pictures. Okay. Okay pa kayo? I could not blame the people You know why? They lost a sense of dignity. Ano yung sinabi ni Bishop Garcera ngayon, ni Archbishop Garcera? We are suffering moral apathy. Hindi na natin alam kung anong tama at mali. Yung mga tao ayaw nang tumayo. We have become slaves of our own choosing. They have become slaves. No freedom. No thinking. The hell, what am I doing with these people? But God urged me never to give up on them. I decided to love them, live with them, be one of them. Only unlimited sacrifice will convince them of my sincerity and take me as their leader. Alam nyo, pag may problema kayo, sino nilalapitan nyo? Sino nilalapitan nyo kung may problema kayo? Yung matalino, di ba? No, not necessarily. Yung powerful, di ba? Not necessarily. Ano ba sasagot mo? O sige, last na lang. Yung mayaman, di ba? Hindi rin? Barat yun, di ba no? Alam mo, ang mayaman, hindi yan nakaka-inspire, nakaka-inggit. Yung makapangyarihan, sarap patayin yan eh, di ba? Yung matalino, hindi naman siya laging gano'n. In other words, sino talaga ang tatakbuhan mo? Not the one with money, not the one with power, but the one who did something good to you before. Yung nagmalasakit sa'yo. Di ba? Yung kumpari mo nagpautang sa'yo. Yun yung lalapitan mo uli, di ba? Pero may mas mayaman, si Mayor, di ba? Pero hindi ka pupunta kay Mayor. Pupunta ka na sa kumpari mo na nagpautang sa'yo dati. Yung nagmalasakit sa'yo. Hello, darling. It is compassion that builds community. More than talents, more than resources, more than anything. Compassion. Rule number 5. Extend compassion. Kung kukunan nyo ng picture, dalihan nyo naman. A para kuha kagad. Then, are you still with me? And Moses learned that a lot. In the end, he was with his people, and there is one thing he realized. Either I am an Egyptian or I am not an Egyptian. I cannot be both. I have to let go. Egyptian no more. No more. And that's me. I have to let go of my baggage. I watched the city burn, and I wept bitterly when the firstborns were being killed. And yet, I wept, I cried, I was sad, but I never sided with the Egyptians again. I made my choice. That won the loyalty of my people. They have seen in Moses that character. Purpose and sacrifice must be cemented with generous self-denial. For a leader, rule number 6, embrace self-denial. To be a leader, you have to let go of many things. You have to let go of your Saturday golf. You have to let go of the Hong Kong Disneyland trip. To be a leader, you have to let go of so many things. If wala ka nile-let go as a leader, I start to question you. Okay? Yan ang problema nila eh. Pa-leader sila, tapos gusto nila, nasa kanila lahat eh. Hindi pwede. May self-denial yan, ate, kuya. O sige, lolo, okay. Kahit naman yung obispo, hindi niya pinipili kung ano diocese niya, di ba, no? Maliban si Bishop Ray. You know, Bishop, that's your problem. Ba't ka nakinig kasi? Dapat lumabas ka eh. Ito lang po yung pagkakataon na pwedeng okrayin ng pare ang kanyang obispo. Nasa akin ang mic. Okay. Again. You have to walk with self-denial. And many times, it's not a privilege or whatever that is. Many times, it's a self-denial of the heart. Those that you pinagtrabahuhan mo, you expect things to happen and they don't happen. You expect people to help you and they don't. No? Kukulit. That's it. My suggestion is, resign. Nasa constitution nyo ba yun? Bawal mag-resign? Hindi naman, di ba? Papirmahan nyo sa obispo para tapos. Then, let's continue. Okay. In the end, after all the self-denial going on, and the sacrifices he had to do, and all the loneliness he had to go through, in the end, mission accomplished. They were on the run for freedom. They were dreaming of a homeland. They have found their God. They have abandoned the gods of Egypt. They are a people. They are a faith community. Mission accomplished. But it is also time for the servant to pay. Remember, you are identified with your mission. If the mission is accomplished, you have no reason to be leader. Okay? I had no battle plans. My Egyptian military training was useless. This is not war. It is a run for freedom. Every day we have to run. But I had to listen to Yahweh. And I had to listen to the cries of the people. Moses, we have no food. Moses, we have no water. Moses, why did you bring us to the desert? Moses, what do we do? Moses, about this, about that. And Moses would always run to God. What would I do? And God said, strike the stone and water will come out. Stretch your rod and the sea will separate. Don't worry, you'll find a way. I have to listen to Yahweh and listen to my people. Sensitivity gradually matured in me. Then there is one thing I realized in listening. This is not about Moses anymore. Rule number 7. O ba't number 5 pa lang kayo? Number 7 na kami. Listen. After you listen, listen again. After you have listened again, listen some more. After you have listened some more, listen always. Okay? Don't worry, your wife will never end talking anyway. Just keep on listening. Listen. Okay na kayo? Then, wow, it was one hell of a ride. They were able to cross the Red Sea. Pharaoh and his chariots were all drowned. Freedom! Now we go to conquer. Now we fight the Amalekites. Now we fight the Jebusites. Now we fight the Canaanites. Now we get the territory that God has promised for us. It was one hell of a ride. Those ragtag slaves gelled into one people with a shared dream of freedom and homeland. When faith quivered, Yahweh was faithful. Then the heroes took over, Joshua and company. It is time for the lieutenants to become generals. They took over one by one. The heroes took over the conquest, the worship, and the rule of law. It was time for me to fade. The people have found their God, not me. Rule number 8, hold on to hope. Keep on hoping. If you are a genuine servant leader, don't worry. There will be successors who will appear. Don't worry. If you are really there giving yourself completely with compassion and everything, despite everything, because it is God who put you there, God will tell the community, step 2, and step 3, and step 4. Step 5 is close the community. Huwag kang mag-alala. Kung talaga naging tapat ka sa mission mo, yung ibinigay sa'yo, the mission was, bring my people out of Egypt. It's not establish them in a land. He said, bring them out. So Lord, I brought them out. What's next? It's not for you. So sino yun? If you were an inspiring leader, there will be people who will take it from you. Hold on to hope. Okay? Yan ang sabi ko sa iyo, there will always be mystery accompanying you. Yun, nagsimula ka ng, bakit ako? Ang ending, o paano na ngayon? Di ba na? Di patayin mo yung biyanan mo. Oh. And here is Moses. It was not a wedding parade for me. I cried. Many times Moses cried. And many times I gave up on the people. In fact, I begged Yahweh, kill them. Sa galit ko, napikon na ako ilang beses. Kung ayaw mo silang patayin, ako na lang patayin mo, matapos lang lahat ito. Kaya kung minsan pinagdadasal mo, di ba, sana magka-cardiac arrest na lang ako. And with God, I can be somebody strong, I can be the obedient warrior, and I can be the complaining servant. I can be anything in front of God. I can be free. I can tell Him anything. I was my transparent self. Useless to keep it from God. He knows it anyway. And He always reminded me of His dreams for the people. And the sacrifice I must endure. Moses, one day more. Oh, it's a lesson. Let me serve you now. I ended up surrendering to Him every time, not knowing what's coming up. For today, I surrender again. I found my peace. Rule number 9. Find your joy in prayer. Yes, leadership is a mystery business. Only in prayer you will find peace, because peace is the home address of God. And mystery is the street where He lives. Ito yung kailangan natin ngayon. Prayerful leaders. Prayerful priests. Prayerful people. Itong kailangan ng mundo ngayon. People who pray. Then finally, I was not destined to enter the land of promise. I was not the hero. Yahweh was. And always. The people vowed loyalty to Him, not to me. Their future is secure. The mission is accomplished. To Yahweh God be the victory and the glory. Mine is simply to obey. It wasn't easy, but in Him I persevered. Rule number 10, never give up. Let me now summarize for you the Moses Manifesto. Trust the mystery. Stay humble. Cultivate integrity. Focus on the mission. Extend compassion. Embrace self-denial. Listen, and listen some more. Hold on to hope. Find your joy in prayer. And finally, never give up. Alam niyo, mas maganda yan kung kasama ko sa picture. Okay, question. I have still 8 minutes to go. 10 ho yan, di po ba? Which among these 10 items is your strong point? Diyan ka magaling. May pagmamalaki mo sa sarili mo dyan. Your positive side. Come on, magmayabang ka muna sa sarili mo. You have to do that. Okay? Because you have to run with your strength. A simple maxim of management. Use your resources. And your positive side is your resource. So, saan ka magaling sa 10 na yan? Siyempre, magaling ka sa 10 yan, di ba no? Hello? Ikaw lang naman nagsasabi niyan eh. Okay? Pero merong isa dyan, pinaka. Piliin mo. I give you 5 seconds. Number 4. Focus on the mission. Number 9. Find your joy in prayer. 10. Never give up. 7. Para tayo na parang loto to. Listen some more. So what is your strong point personally? Okay na? Now, second question. What is your weak point? Yung nakakahiya ka dyan, yung talaga, oo. Yung gano'n, yung talaga yung nakakadiri ka, yung gano'n. Bishop, anong number ka? Oh, no. Meron na. Alam nyo bakit? Sabi ni Lord, blessed are the poor. Blessed are those who cry. Blessed are the simple-hearted. Blessed are those who are persecuted. Blessed are those who are so humble about themselves. These are the people who really are happy. So what is your negative side? Come on. Ayan, wala na kanina. 4, 7, 8. Oh, ngayon ba? Nakakahiya. What I'm saying is, your strong point is your bigay. It is in your weakness that you will find God. God is on the side of the weak and the sinner and the confused. I did not come to save those who are well. I came for the sick. So, hello? Anong number po ang sakit nyo? Wow, sabi niya, lahat. Hindi, isa lang. Oh, number 10, never give up. Wow, you have given up on them? Oh, don't worry, they have given up on you even before. Hindi ko na po tatanungin, okay? But you must know that. Be humble enough. Eto na tayo ngayon. If that is where you meet the Lord in your negative side, so that is what you strategize now to meet God. To be true to the mission. Now you are accountable to Him. Alam mo, may tinatawag kami dyan, OCB. Anong tawag doon? One critical behavior. Na pag yun ang ginawa mo, solve. So, ano ngayon yung critical behavior na gagawin mo tungkol dyan sa weakness mo? Kunyari, if my weakness is I don't listen to people. Di ba? Kunyari lang, yun ang weakness mo. So ano gagawin mo ngayon? Anong behavior? Behavior is an action. So I will? Hindi. Ibang verb naman. I don't listen, so I will listen. Nge. Siguro ganito yan. I will allow my wife to speak first. O kaya ganito. Ganito yan. Pag nagmi-meeting kayo, merong isa sa grupo nyo na wala na ginawa kundi kumontra. Di ba no? Dami yan. Lalo na yung mga nakapula. Grabe talaga. Yan ang problema. Pagka puro magagaling kayo, so number 7. I will not confront so and so. That's my way of listening. Hindi pag nagsalita siya, hindi mo naman kasi alam pinagsasasabi mo eh. Absent ka nung nag-meeting last week, tapos yung dadak. Kung talaga, o kaya, hindi ka nga kumikibo, ano naman natin papakinggan to? Grabe naman. Mukhang inchik ng dalogi, tapos, kung ano. So I would not confront that side yet. I will wait for some time. That is one way of listening, isn't it? So yun. Yung critical behavior. Alam mo, pag ginawa mo yun, you start to become more listening person. Yun yung example natin. And when you become a more listening person, you become more hopeful, you become more self-denial, you become more compassionate, you become more focused. Totoo yan. Mamatay man siya. Okay, totoo yan. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, now the question is, so Father, pagkatapos mo kinwento sa amin servant leadership, question, ano gagawin ko? Hanapin mo yung weakness mo. Tapos puntiryahin mo ang isang behavior. Ang nangyayari kasi sa atin, magpapakatino na ako, I will listen. Ang laki na naman yun, I will listen. Yung problema kasi natin, yung halo-halong kalamay. You focus on something that is very concrete. So that it will be easy to remember. It will be easier to put into practice. One little victory will translate to another little victory. And another little victory. Until you find one giant victory. Di ba? Pakibasa na lang po. Pakisabi sa katabi, okay? Number 1, everyone, trust. 2, 3, excuse me, cultivate. Ano yung cultivating? Cultivate. Hello? Nakapula pa naman kayo. Okay, number 3. Ang kulit eh, meron pa rin cultivate eh. Number 3. Number 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you very much.
Okay po. Lord, thank you for the grace we received today through your servant, Father Arman. Thank you for reminding us that we are called, chosen, and commissioned for your mission. We pray that the message we have heard will take deep root in our hearts and empower us to move forward in faith.
In moments of doubt or fear, help us to feel the warmth of your embrace and the security of your love. May we hear your voice calling each one of us by name, saying, "You are mine." We surrender our lives to your mission. We will always be our light, our hope, and our home. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen.
I will come to you in the silence. I will lift you from all your fear. You will hear my voice. I claim you as my choice. Be still and know I am near. I am hope for all who are hopeless. I am eyes for all to see. I am strength for all the despairing, healing for the ones who dwell in shame. All the blind will see, the lame will all run free, and all will know my name. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. I'm the word that leads all to freedom. I'm the peace the world cannot give. I will call